Thank you for joining us for another edition of STAXX.CLUB Live. Got another special guest and show for you this evening. Two guests, I should say. Thank you very much for joining us, Wax Punk and Collecting Coins from Agora tonight. I want to go around the room here. I got a frog in my throat that just joined us as well. I'll introduce him later, but as always, I am Biff. Thank you for joining. Doc, bottom right-hand corner, Wax Punk, bottom left, and Collecting Coins, top right, in your view right now. Welcome. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining. Collecting Coins, let's start with you. How are you tonight, sir?
Doing well. Thanks for having us. We're thrilled to be here, man. Thrilled to be here.
Thank you again for joining. Wax Punk, good evening, sir. How are you?
Good evening, sir. Happy to be here. Always good to be on the show.
Yeah, man, it's been a few weeks since we've talked to you, so I'm glad we're going to catch up here, catch up with Agora, talk about this collection tonight. Doc, good evening to you, sir. How are you?
What's up, Biff? I'm doing good, man. Been a busy week already. As you know, we're preparing for our vacation down in Florida here, taking some time off from the grind. You know, like we always say, you got to take time to make sure your mind's healthy too. So
We've been working hard. I'm not even gonna, pretend that we haven't been. Everybody on this stream right now, including Dogecoin Kid, thank you for joining us as well. Vic, right? He's in the chat room tonight. Thank you as well. Everybody, right? Rock stars, hard workers, grinders, right? People in our network, people that we talk about, doing real things, right? Out there hitting the streets, bringing crypto to people, bringing content to people. Tonight, we're going to talk about NFTs, right? And bringing a service to people, not only just auctions, but you guys are doing all kinds of stuff now, man. You're expanding your entire enterprises, which is something we're going to talk about tonight. But man, we were talking about the show too. Something we need to kind of get back to, I think, is supporting each other better. You know what I mean? And maybe we'll talk about that tonight. But again, thank you guys all for joining us out there. I appreciate all the follows and likes. And I know we all say it and you hear it over and over again, but it's because it's absolutely true. We need you guys to hit those socials. We'll pepper up the chat room here in just a minute when I share with Agora's information, their website, their Twitter. But please, guys, please go out there. Just hit the buttons. It's real simple. Only takes a couple seconds. Subscribe, like, retweet, all that stuff. Again, it only takes a couple of seconds and it makes a huge difference, especially for, companies like ours that have recently gone private that are growing, right? So nothing bad to say there about that. Appreciate you guys saying that. Thanks again, Vic, to appreciate you, joining, longtime supporter, all of you guys supporting our network as well. Yeah, man. Yeah. So, kind of doing some reflecting here recently and, coming up to this vacation, I've realized like how much work like everybody has put into this. So the chat room moderators, all the people out there, doing the work behind the scenes, all of our community managers, all of the people that are supporting our families, right? While we're out here doing this crazy stuff and spending time researching stuff and doing this crazy crypto stuff that no one understands. And, you say Bitcoin to half the people in the world, they think you're some kind of crazy person to get started, and then you start talking about some of the things that we're into, right? You really start losing some people. So I digress. I'm ranting a little bit. Anybody want to follow that with any words of wisdom before I share my screen in here and we take a look?
Go team.
Yeah, no one wants to touch that. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for leaving me on the effing island here.
I'm not the crypto expert over here. I just like NFTs, so maybe Jared.
I bought some Cardano today on my normal speed.
Dude, what is going on with Sol? It's like broken, and is it even still working? Like, I don't know.
It was system overload.
Oh
system
overload.
God.
People have been pumping this token. It took a shit on itself today. I don't even know what the hell is going on. It's still down.
Yeah.
We were talking to
But wait, I thought it was the new ETH killer.
Yeah. What's up, Doug Wizard? Thanks for joining, man. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate all you guys joining, man. I love you guys. Yeah, we don't need to look at Soul tonight unless you want to do a technical review, but we'll let Sherpa do his thing and maybe we'll save that for another show. But
Yeah,
at current events, Soul is
Sherpa's been
broken.
vibing.
But so is Eth from a certain standpoint, because we were just talking about, how tough it is for new users coming in unless you have lots of money or Eth right now. So, we're not here to bash Eth either. We've been having a lot of these conversations and topics, but tonight we're talking a little different, right? So we're gonna get out of that stuff and go talk some wax, right? Go talk some Agora, what these guys are doing. They're launching their token on Wax, right? We're planning a token launch on Wax. Now, why is that? Right? So you guys can maybe talk about that. Why did you guys choose Wax to launch your token?
So a couple different reasons. We've been approaching this from I became somewhat of a wax maximalist in the past few months. Just I think all of us on here have had a good amount of fun on wax and have seen the massive utility and ease of use that it has, and that how that can benefit not just us, but what you spoke to, new users, which I think is what it's all about. There's still so many new people coming into crypto, coming into NFTs that may or may not have a ton of money to throw at it, may have just a passing interest. And so what's the easiest way to get them onboarded? And with some of the strides that Wax has made recently, especially with the Binance listing, I think we're really at that moment where, we've already had millions of wallets opened on Wax over the past few months. I think we've already crossed 6 million plus
Impressive.
wallets. Yeah. Yeah. So we're starting to see some of that, what I would call the early groundswell, where again the growth in this market is going to be driven by new users. And so if we're trying to cater to new people, and we're trying to make things as easy as possible for them, versus something like Ethereum or even some of the other chains where there's more fees associated with transactions, Wax is just so easy to move things around and to reward people. And so for the token that we're building, it's basically, other than the initial development costs, there's no fees for us to reward people. We want to drop some tokens on somebody because they're engaging with our brand. And that was really the whole idea behind it, not to create something for people to speculate around, but something to purely reward the people who are helping us grow our brand and grow our platform for every little action that we can. So
it sounds like exactly the stuff that we're talking about too, and have struggled with. I was telling you guys before the show, we've honestly struggled with targeting rewards for the people that are actually helping us promote our brand. And we want to reward our members that are participating, right? Because that's huge, right? That's how you have to operate as a community.
Everything.
That's everything. Exactly. That's everything. And we have really struggled to do that. So, and then, you want to do giveaways and fun stuff. But at the same time, if people are just participating for the giveaway, then they're not really engaged in your community, right?
Correct. So Wax, I think in terms of building a social token, right, where again, the purpose is more so for interaction and, just again, making the experience fun and lively. I don't think there is anything better than Wax to build that token on. And it's actually one of the service offerings that we're baking into what Agora is offering for artists and collection owners. And, which doesn't necessarily have to be something that's Wax based. Obviously it's a better marriage if it is. But, with especially with the bridge that Ethereum and Wax are building, more extensively each day, and a partnership that I think is going to run deeper than people realize, even for people on Ethereum. there's going to be this second layer of utility that I think, a lot of people just don't understand Wax is going to bring, because they're so stuck to it's got to be Ethereum and Ethereum only. So, we're really excited to see how this opens up. We don't know exactly what's going to happen, but, the process that we're going through right now to distribute these rewards, and the leaderboard, which just went live this week, for people to actually see how they're earning. If you want to flip over to the Agora homepage, we actually have, if you scroll up to the top and hover over rewards, there's a leaderboard there.
Cool. God, this is exactly what I want too. And you can display it publicly, and
If you scroll down the social engagement aspect of how to earn rewards right there, that's everything to us at the moment. Obviously, we're going to be Alcor. I've been in touch with their head guy, and I've already got our logo on our token, but we're waiting for phase 2 of our white paper to provide liquidity, because right now what we're trying to do is distribute these tokens to our core via community engagement. So instead of it being a buy-in type scenario to where somebody could get completely monetarily focused and, crash our coin and we'd have to rebuild, et cetera. These people that you see on this leaderboard are engaged, they're plugged in, and they are our core. So we want to reward those people first, and then move into, everybody can make some money. We can be tradable. We'll have liquidity via Alcor and a Wax pairing. That's all to come. Right now, we're trying to do exactly what, we were speaking to before the call, which was giveaways are cool. They're that instant flash of excitement and energy. But then, the moment you speak to, oh, well, that's cool. Now that you guys are here, check out what we're doing. And as crickets, as Papa said, which is the whole thing. The giveaways have a place and a time, and they are a good facet to use. Like we used them with you guys on the clown trunks to get people into Discord. And then it evolved from there. And now we're daily sales every day. It's not a huge pop, but that generative of, sales every day. We got a community talking every day. We got a Discord, we got activities, and we got presents, which is, our project. We got forms to fill out. I mean, we're just evolving daily, like we all are, and we all do it together.
I was going to mention, just stop you there. Go out and fill out this form. So this is the register now. Fill out your information, put in your Wax wallet. I've already done that, so that's why the kind of form came up blank. But
and if you see those people towards the bottom who haven't engaged with the brand at all yet, you get 100 tokens just for signing up, just as a thank you for that initial engagement. And then from there, automatically, as you start engaging with us, there's Twitter where you can retweet, you can follow us, you can retweet the things that we're putting out, and show and tell, which is, for the NFTs that we're producing. If you actually show those off, give a little blurb about, what you like about them, you get some tokens there as well. And then moving down to Discord, you get some tokens for joining, you get tokens for inviting people. And then each, as you send messages, one of the great things about Discord, it'll actually keep track of the engagement, how much you're engaging on the server. So that's rewarded as well. And then, of course, for our NFTs, for our auctions, and for the first drop that we had, which is the clowns, there's rewards attached to that as well. So we, and this list will likely expand some amount. We're fully open to suggestions from the community, and from, our partners, but this felt like a solid place to start. And it's going to be seamless. Right now there's going to be a weekly updated leaderboard that's going to be updated. It's going to go live each Monday based on a Friday snapshot that we're doing. And people will be able to see that their engagement is actually being tracked, that they're actually something behind that. And already just in the past couple of days from launching this, we've seen an uptick in our Twitter activity. We've seen, a boost to our sales with the collection that we have out, increase in the engagement around auctions. So the people who are there to support us, this is that little boost that makes them really, go over the top with the support that they're giving us. So we're happy about it. They seem to be thrilled about it. And it's something that, we're excited to continue to build upon and to bring more utility to.
No. We're definitely, and I don't know, Bev, I want you to talk, but we're definitely trying to do this, keep it simple kind of mentality. So we're definitely trying to take people down the road.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, how are you actually, are you manually doing some of this stuff, or how are you going to track this, or is it automated, or how does that kind of work?
So John can speak to that, but there is an API via Twitter for that whole situation, which will be the most cumbersome. But trying to take people down the road from Twitter, which is, the biggest cast net we have as a community. I mean, that's the biggest reach we have is Twitter, to the website where you can kind of get a brief overview. And if you scroll all the way down, you can click into our Discord. We've got all our projects at the top, which are auctions right now, and our First Presents project, which will grow into multiple projects under that tab at the very top if you want to scroll up. So right now, and everything links out. So we're trying to make, kind of the old school mentality of everybody needs a website. So we're trying to make it an all-in-one. So if you click Presents, you can even click through and it'll take you straight to our NFT blocks drop page via Clown Trunk, etc. But as far as the spreadsheet tracking, that's all on John's shoulders. So I handle all the marketing, all the Twitter, the Discord, mostly outside of, just simple engagement. And then John is building out the token system, and he has actually built this website as well. So we're kind of yin and yang. I'm the loudmouth up front, at the front of the bar, and John's in the back, toiling away. And then we overlap a lot. So he can speak to more of the token system and how to track it. But there is some APIs. We will become automated. I need my partner with me. I don't need them on a spreadsheet. So, as we grow, we'll hire out, people for the Discord and the Twitter. We've got some mods, some really dope mods actually that have, dedicated their time that, we're very grateful to have. But yeah, I mean, we're just one day at a time, and we're very thankful for the reception that we've gotten from Johnny Q Public, as our first drop being the clowns, and then these auctions. There's never an auction that goes silent. We always get a bid within the first hour, and then some of them have bidding wars at the end, some of them don't, and I don't necessarily think it's the item they're bidding on. They're really bidding on Agora and the community that we're building, and supporting the artists that we're supporting via the auction, which is just a facet of what we've done to kind of show movement within the space. It was a very low tech, low cost way to enter into the market outside, because we had to stake something like 8,000 wax just to mint all the clowns, and then another 4,000 for RAM, just to get our drop.
Oh, I know.
Happening. Yeah. So I mean, it's not all the money, but it's a good chunk. So we wanted to start somewhere, and the auctions provided that outlet to enter into the market. And we're just kind of evolving and snowballing from there.
So let's
Dilemma, thank you for joining. I was going to say, Doc, go ahead. I didn't want to
No, you're good. I was just going to say, let's talk a little bit about this clowns collection, about Oliver Hassel, maybe how you guys got connected with him, some of his works that maybe people might know, or where we know.
Sure.
I also want to talk about, while we're on that subject, maybe before we go though, is what we were just, kind of mentioning some of the token services, right? Like, that might be nice if you could, say, pay Agora to set something like this up for you, right? So this is actually something you guys may offer in the future, correct?
Yes. So, with the white paper, which version 1 of the white paper around the token will be dropping tomorrow, there's going to be, we're going to extend that list of services over time. But the idea, similar to what we saw NFT Blocks do, which is another, homegrown 2-man team that's done a phenomenal job of just expanding what people can do on the Wax platform.
Cool.
We saw what they did with that, and we said, well, we have services that people want and that we want to offer. We don't want to make them incredibly expensive. So what can we do to bring people in and provide them those services without breaking the bank? And so the tokens will also serve in helping with that. Whether it's building out a token system for somebody else or giving them, advertisement on our Twitter or within our Discord, or even partnering with them to help create new collections, those services are going to be paid for in Agora tokens. So our token will be used both for on the consumer side, we'll be doing exclusive drops from the artists in our network, as well as limited run physical prints, merchandising. The special extra limited goodies will all be charged for an Agora token. And then on the creator collection side, same thing. Any services that we offer will all be paid out for in Agora token.
Oh, that's cool. Very cool.
It's a great way to just kind of integrate everything, right? Keep it all.
It's its own ecosystem.
Yep.
I mean, that's what we're shooting for.
That's instant utility to your token.
Yep.
What's up, Pat? Thanks for joining, man. Dilemma, you're not coming in here to rain on our wax parade either. So now we got the angry, F maximalist in the chat too. So if you guys want to start bashing him, his name's Dilemma Beats in there, but that's the mayor of Matic, right? So we were talking about layer 2 being like this huge effing thing right now. The nice thing about Wax is, right, the simplicity, the ease of use, the ease for onboarding, the easy use for, new people to come in and use these things, right? So those are like the strengths, right? Those are kind of what we're talking about. Huh?
You don't even have to understand crypto really to use Wax. I mean, as far as get involved and look around and start looking at stuff and enjoying it,
Yep. And we don't deny that there's tons of money and like huge volumes on OpenSea and all that right now, but that's not what this is, right? This is new. This is you guys building this from scratch. This is like OpenSea 1.0, it's only Wax. That's how I look at a lot of this too. And there's definitely a lot of benefits, right? You said you just, literally minted 5,000 things, right? Like how the hell would you pull that kind of batch off on Ethereum?
You could not starting out. You're handicapped from go. And I've got all the blockchains. I got Vivi. I started off on Nifty Gateway. I've got 3 OpenSea accounts. I've got 7 exchanges open and operating on this screen over here. I trade stocks. I trade crypto. Like I do it all. So
see that guy over there? His name's Dilemma. Let me put this chat room up. No, just right over there. I'm pointing my finger here. Pointing my finger right over here. No, can you hear that, Dilemma? Or is the microphone? Is our sound okay? Is our sound okay?
Not like Wax is the way and the only way, but Wax is the way. I will say it like that.
I was teasing you about this today, and we like to banter and talk shit, quite frankly, because we're friends.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Yeah. Talk about this stuff. But at the end of the day, these are computer networks, right? I mean, they're public money systems, right? Like sometimes I think we get kind of caught up in like our framework visions of the future or how we know things are going to work because they're cut out that way and we kind of see them. And somebody like a mayor who's been around for a long time too has immersed himself in that need for a layer 2 solutions now, right? And become an expert on that, and quite frankly done very well, as NFTs on ETH. And some of the bigger market stuff, right? And some of the historical stuff and the curio cards that are blowing up right now, right? Like, I mean, he's done some fantastic, like, oh my God, like great work just on the digging part, which you can do now, like there's an NFT history. Who'd have thought, right? You're looking at 4 or 5 year old NFTs now. They're all of a sudden relics, right? Antiques. And the same thing will happen on Wax, like, I mean, right now you got the super popular, I don't want to say affluent crowd, but, celebrity crowd kind of entering into Ethereum when it's, I don't know, quite frankly, a tough time to be a new user on Ethereum, right? I mean, unless you have some money or some Ethereum or you're not worried about gas fees, it's very tough to enter. And if you're talking about buying a punk or something like that, well, shit, you're talking about a lot of money, right? To join the club, to get into that, right? Now, again, are you going to compare the two? I don't know. It's always going to have that allure and that attractiveness because celebrities are on it too, right? But when you're talking about like tools, right? If I want to effing send you something right now, right? Am I doing it on ETH or am I doing it on Wax? Right? I'm doing it on Wax because it's a click away. Even if I needed to make a new account, I could do it in about 30 seconds and I could send you something, right?
Same reason people are migrating away from using Bitcoin for microtransactions.
Same way they're, moving to these layer 2 solutions, like Matic, right? Because that's where it makes most sense to do your microtransactions, not on layer 1 F anymore. That literally is like a train wreck, and everybody's abandoned ship and trying to get away from that, right? So,
Yeah.
Well, and again,
maybe we should, I should take a deep breath here, but it's just the state of the market, guys, right? We don't make the rules. We're just here to play with the tools that we have, right? And now we're building some new tools on Wax, not because it's the greatest blockchain ever, but it's because it has a lot of features that are very usable, right? It's very clear that it's cheap. The transactions are easy, the batching, the NFTs, the fact that you're kind of still in on the ground floor. It's easy to integrate tokens, and the list goes on and on and on. Again, does it have the $1 billion market caps of Ethereum? No. Could it someday? Sure. Why not? Right? I mean,
well, and even on that, Biff, it's again, we're in, really early stages of the NFT market overall. I mean, if you look at how many wallets are really holding up that Ethereum market, which we were talking about a little bit before the call, it's a very small minority of early Ethereum holders that, bought 1 million Ethereum when it was, that cost $1,000, and they have a fairly unlimited bankroll to push whatever they want around in that market. As much as the volume of users on OpenSea has definitely been going up. Again, if we're talking about less than 10 million people on the platform, whether it's Wax or Ethereum or anything else, that's a super tiny market for any industry. 10 million people is nothing.
right.
Well,
No,
and you got to understand too, a lot of OpenSea's new user base that's expanding and stuff is because they've integrated Polygon.
Yes.
And you've got
Correct.
a lot of people using that side of the network. They're actually incentivizing their users now to use Matic and receive, payouts each month. I know the commission is in ETH, but it's still utilizing that layer 2. Like, I know we keep referring to the mayor, and he and I have been talking quite a bit about the roll-ups and the competition in the market for that layer 2 position, something that's going to excel and really stand out. But ultimately, all that's going to do is end up driving transaction cost up and the overall gas price, because what you're going to have is you're going to have these chains that are roll-ups, competing to send batches through on layer 1 for finalization. And they don't really care what the gas is going to cost. They just want to push it through faster because all they're trying to do is settle a batch.
Right. And then you get in the competition. And then if you're trying to do any kind of, open mint, so like mint on demand right now, it doesn't even have to be a big collection or a big popular one to drive the gas fees up.
Yep.
And then you're just,
You'll end up paying as much or
to
more.
your users that are getting crushed, right? Like, why would you want that, right? You wouldn't. There's no way you would want your users to not only have to pay these ridiculous gas fees to mint, but they might not even get the mint. I mean, oh, that's like the worst part, right? And if you've been around long enough and you tried to do that or compete with one of these, you've eaten that fee before, right? It's awful.
And I think like we've, some of us who've been in crypto for a while now, like we've witnessed over and over again, when you see a hype train build up, people stop caring what's going on around it and stop focusing on the actual technical side of what's going on. And they get that FOMO mode, where they don't want to miss out. They want to be a part of that growth and this and that. And I think what we're going to experience here soon is you're going to have a lot of projects that realize that they can expand to a broader audience, and I'm not even saying they need to migrate to Wax. We have
there's a lot of chains out there.
Chains
there's
now.
A lot of other chains out there that are noticing what users want and adding NFTs and services. And, I totally agree. I don't want to get too far off track because I want to look at, this collection, but, I wasn't trying to poke the bull there either, Mayor. But these are good topics, right? Good topics with crypto people talking about, the real kind of street, but this is where the pavement hits or where the rubber hits the road, right? Like this is kind of like the real talk. So, we're not minting 5,000 NFTs on Ethereum because, right? We are creating new tokens on Wax because, right? We are unable to do certain things on certain blockchains because certain blockchains have better features because, right? These are just real topics. And they're not, do I just rush out and buy a punk so I can hold it and put in my Twitter profile and that's it? If that's your purpose, then maybe you don't care, right? And if you can afford $250,000 for a punk, great, hats off to you, and that makes you happy and you look at it and you're part of the club, fantastic. But if you want to come buy some $5 NFTs, Wax, right here it is, wax.io. Here we are. We got plenty of fun stuff going on over here too. Well, we were talking about that too. So again, not to get too far off track because this is some great art and I want to look at this collection that we will look at here in a second. But a lot of even what I'm into lately is like EOS games like Blankos and engine games that are moving away from Ethereum, right? And then Wax, which has nothing to do with Ethereum other than the bridge you were talking about, which is going to be nice, right? Because then that opens up a lot of things, cross-chain, anything, interoperability, right?
I think people are really underestimating the plans that Wax and Ethereum have in terms of building a deeper partnership. We talk about layer 2 solutions, and that may be part of what the plan is for Wax. I think anyway, they haven't outright said that, but it feels like Wax is going to be used by Ethereum as another layer 2 solution and maybe one of the primary ones.
Probably should have been looking at some charts when I was actually doing that instead of just the page the whole time. But the actual price of Wax is kind of topped off at 50 cents, had this nuclear rise up and is now going to end up, it looks like, doing a little consolidation around this 28-30 cent mark. But we were kind of talking about this before the show too. So if you have a collection, and it's not, flying off the shelves right now, just understand that the entire kind of NFT market's a little squishy right now. Wax price, had this rise up. So, people were buying NFTs down here at 15 cents, each. And then all of a sudden, you get this market turbulence. People are not as apt to go out and spend their tokens when they're not really sure what they're going to be worth. Right. And like, we just had this huge, surge and then retrace. So, any kind of uncertainty, people start getting more conservative and start, staking coins instead of going out there and spending on stuff that they might have, as well as what we were just talking about. You've got a flood of new projects coming in, a lot of people adding their things to the network, a lot of new games, there's all kinds of, man, you go out on Atomic Hub right now, it's just absolutely insane what's popping up here. And a lot of them are these farmers games too, guys. The DeFi, like we just talked about. And here's this farmers world that popped up out of nowhere that looks super fun. And it's totally DeFi. And it's almost like inapproachable to me, the prices. And, so again, these things are just blowing up quick. And if you're not there for kind of that hype cycle or whatever, you blink and like all of a sudden it's unapproachable. So
yeah, well, two of the top 5 are farming games.
Yeah, this one too, right?
Yeah,
that's awesome. I'm excited to see it, man. I'm looking forward to seeing how all this blows up. It almost kind of feels like, it's like looking at something like Ethereum only in the past, right? Like kind of, it's not encumbered by some of the things that, Ethereum is, right? Some of those growing pains.
Right.
But it is encumbered by some of them. So let's get back on the Agora train and start looking at this and talking about let's change gears.
And to dovetail before you change gears, it's a blessing and a curse the way Wax is. The low barrier of entry, the price point, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Not only does it make creators the ability to create, easy, it makes the ability to create easy. You know what I mean? So you get a lot of junk in there with filtering
it makes it very
all
easy.
The weeds to find like an Oliver, who obviously we're kind of biased on Oliver, especially I am because I've worked with him on other projects and we'll get into that. But I mean, his stuff is hand painted does his backgrounds on cardboard and scans it. I mean, that's real art. And I shared his website we can get into.
Yeah, here's Oliver's website. I mean, this is
like if you go to his illustration tab right there, like he's from the UK, he's held galleries. I mean, he does political art, he does corporate devil art. He does it all, man. And this is all like, this isn't like AI.
Oh, I didn't even see the Kill Gates down there. I like that.
No, there's one where a producer told Macaulay Culkin when he was younger something about making some shoes out of his skin or something.
The reptile build back better Biden. Oh my goodness.
Dude, yeah, there's some
tugging at my heartstrings here.
Yeah, there's some sick stuff in there.
I mean, his insight for how young he is and the subject.
He's 24 years old, right? And the amount of brain capacity and his insight into like the world as people see it and he sees it, it's like he's 50 years old. Some of the stuff, I mean, it's just so anyway. Doc, to answer your question from earlier, Oliver and I worked on a project. I was an early investor in a project, I should say. It was Shadow People who got some bad influencers marketing that they kind of dropped the ball. They did some kind of insider trading, if you want to call it. It was a time drop and they were all 0.03 Ethereum. And then long story short, they were letting the FaZe Banks was a part of it. They were letting them in early on the drop. So they got like the most rare properties. Because, Ethereum, there was a big hype train with like Picasso punks and all that. Anyway, long story short, he made it up to his early investors, anybody that bought a Shadow Person, which ended up trading about 50 Ethereum when it's all said and done. And this is back April, May. He replaced, because they all lost value because of the shenanigans that took place. So Oliver, being the guy he was or is, replaced all the shadow people with clowns on Ethereum. Those birds, keep those birds in mind. That might be next project, by the way. Anyway, don't want to get ahead of myself, but anyway, so
It's got a nice Halloween feel to it. We're coming up towards Halloween here, man.
Yeah, good call, man. And he replaced the shadow people with clowns on Ethereum. Well, after the whole thing, and he was already giving them free NFTs. All you got to do is pay the gas. Well, there was kind of a kerfuffle with that. And then anyway, we made a spreadsheet. If you held this many shadow people, you got this many clowns allotted to you, etc. They weren't really the biggest success. So I'm like, Oliver, look, we're working on a platform. When it's ready, we'll just bring you over to Wax. And, he's had some success. He's held galleries in real life. He's got it. Look, he's got merch. He's got it going on. He just wants to be in NFTs. He's done with the physical world. And I'm like, cool. So I'm like, hey, look, when we do this Wax platform, we'll make you our first presents. We'll partner. We'll do 50-50. We'll do everything. We built his wallet. We got him whitelisted with Sven. We minted all the pieces, the services rendered that we take care of. If you want a full build out, we did for him. And then we did the drop with the clowns, and the reception was just beautiful. The first day, our price points are $25 and $10 fiat, which whatever the price fluctuation on Wax is what you pay, obviously. And, they go to market, and I'll let John talk about the rarities because that's his baby, of what you get and, set rewards, etc. And then we're making his collection retroactively have tokenomics, which is Agora token. So all projects that we do the full build out on in the presents,
we're gonna get the full build of you guys too. I like that.
So we did it hand in hand. Yeah, Biff, good eye, man. We did it hand in hand. So not only were we building out Oliver's brand of the clowns, but Oliver was assisting with Agora's entry into market, kind of like our next step after auctions before tokenomics, and we're going to retroactively honor clown holders, as you guys saw, with Agora token for holding the clowns. So yeah, it's just been, what we said, to circle back to the beginning of the episode, community is everything. Not even just clients or collectors or artists or, speculators or creators or, people like us running businesses that want to accommodate certain aspects or everything full encompassing. We all do it together. We all get on the ship together, and we're all trying to moon together, to take it back to crypto language. So I'll quit rambling, but yeah.
Not rambling, man. It's good.
That's perfect.
It's exactly what not only we've been talking about, but what our community talks about. And quite honestly, what it seems like maybe we've got away from a little bit if you're talking about the Wax community, because man, there's just so many awesome things to be excited about, but we got to still focus on taking care of each other, right? And kind of filtering out some of that, I don't want to say riffraff, but like you said, man, there's just a lot of junk and copycats and just stuff that needs noise filters, right?
Yeah,
that's the way I look at it.
I wouldn't mind seeing a collaboration between Oliver and Robert Bone.
Yeah, that kind of similar, kind of eccentric. I don't know. Some of Robert Bone stuff is so just loud. That's the way I call it.
Right.
We've got like 6 collabs in the works. GK Graffiti Kings is one of them. We just sent him over his piece to spray last night, I think it was. But yeah, we're open. So if you guys think something would look good as a collab, shoot it over. I'll get with Oliver, and Oliver's very, very malleable. I mean, he's willing to work with a lot of people. So yeah, that's definitely something that we can facilitate, no doubt.
Okay. And these packs are okay, so here it goes. It says five. So there's 2 different sizes packs that he's selling right now.
Yeah, if you go back to the clowns page up
The
top.
just
Scroll down just a touch.
yeah, that's what we're looking at. So Traveler's Briefcase. You guys, you want to talk about it?
Yeah,
Yeah, go
sure.
ahead.
So we wanted to, I guess part of the backstory, we wanted to raise the bar with Agora in terms of the art that's being presented on wax. Again, we knew that it could be done. Again, it's been, I think the biggest reason why we haven't had as much talent come over is because it's just a different market. You can't approach wax with the same strategy you do on OpenSea, even if you're an incredibly talented artist.
Right.
You just can't use the same strategy. So, Oliver being the first person that we've brought over, we wanted to do a pack style drop because that's, again, almost a must for anything that you're dropping on wax to have a larger success rate. But we wanted to upgrade the quality. So, with these trunks, which is, the name we came up with for these, we wanted something that was a pack, but not a trading card pack, right? Something that represented, how you would store art in a traditional sense, right? So, again, not that I've had these problems, but rich people problems. How do you store fine art? How do you move it around? So we started poking around. We saw, a couple different options that we liked. We thought about even doing a rolled up canvas type, envelope thing. But ultimately we settled on just a small and a big trunk. And, just tried to keep it at the price point that we know where things sell somewhat easily on wax. $10 for the small trunk, $25 for the big trunk. The small trunk, it's basically $2 per NFT. You get 5 in the case. And then with the big trunk, you get basically a $5 volume discount where you get 15 for 25 instead of buying 3 smalls for 30. And then we just, made it, again, with that same theme of keeping it simple. You have the same odds of pulling the same stuff out of both trunks. And we just tried to find that happy medium between the volume that you see on wax and what you might see from more of an Ethereum drop where, we didn't do 50,000 packs. There's 2,100 trunks total. And across, if you go back to the clowns page, there's 5, if you scroll down a little bit, there's 5 versions of the pieces that are being presented. So again, kind of breaking a little bit with wax tradition and looking at this more from the perspective of ETH, the original pieces that don't have any filters, don't have any fancy effects, just the original hand-painted pieces were created as one of ones. And that's kind of the holy grail for the collection, right? You can pull a one of one that's been hand-painted that nobody else is going to have. But you can, your shot at getting that starts at a reasonable price point. You can buy a $10 trunk and get something of the quality that you want on Ethereum. It's not guaranteed, but you've got a shot at getting a really high quality one of one piece by spending $10 on a pack.
And nobody's punished in that bracket. I mean, let's talk about Ethereum, $500, $600, $700. Let's talk about us, 10 and 25. But the 10, if you want to just get your beak wet with the 10, same odds. Like, we're not going to punish you because you didn't buy the more elaborate setup that, okay, cool. Well, since you didn't buy a big one, like we're gonna bump you down to the Snickle Fritz, which is 0.3 less or whatever.
The Snickle Fritz. Let me
right.
write that down. Hang on. How do I spell that? Snickle Fritz. Got it.
No, you got to watch Pineapple Express. It'll come to you.
We just need to do a whole show on your history and where Snickle Fritz like where terms like snickle frits come from. Because you're an eccentric guy, man. Like we were talking, you've been around, right? You've been all over the place, haven't you?
I have abroad and stateside. I have.
Snickle frits. That's a good one. This is a beautiful drop, guys, by the way. And I know that since you have done this for the artist, it's kind of a special relationship, right? Like this is a service. It's very unique. I really haven't seen anybody doing this for artists. So you're offering a service. You're taking it a step beyond. And we've talked about some of this before. To be a great artist, you do not need to be technical. You do not need to understand how to make drops. You do not need to understand how to use Atomic Hub, how to mint things, how to do any of that stuff. You just need to make good art, right?
How to market, how to build an audience.
Right. But now all of a sudden you're going to have people that can do it for you. Right. And that's what we're talking about in the future is like specialized services, companies that add value. Right now, right, you might have kind of a smaller niche market, but again, I'm a business analyst. This is what we do. This is what we talk about at STAXX.CLUB. Obviously, we can see, the opportunity here, as well as wanting to work with you, right? We have our own business that we're also going to discuss, and definitely collection items that we've been collecting for our club that we will definitely want to not only display, have mechanisms for our own users to unlock or earn, those NFTs, especially some of the rare stuff, but also do some fun auctions, right? Or maybe a charity auction, or, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. So, kudos to you guys. First of all, hats off for this, beautiful collection and drop. It's very clean. I love the website. It's very easy to read. You've got your links, very clear. Stuff's very easy to click on, and it goes where it's supposed to go. So, again, from a user interface standpoint, definitely give you a high rating. Get an A on that stuff. The collection itself, now again, I know he's like done lots of other stuff, and we can go look at some of these other things on his page. But now is the clowns just kind of like one theme of one collection, and then he's planning on doing some other stuff?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, basically the clowns were a subsidiary consolation prize for a project that sold $200,000 worth of NFTs that the market got berated by an influencer by doing some shady shit on the back end, because Oliver didn't want to do the marketing, the wallet. He just wanted to make the art, what we're doing. So he didn't really have eyeballs on it. He didn't have, the market experience, the crypto experience, et cetera. So he didn't know anything was wrong. And then all the collectors came to Oliver like, bro, is this a rug pull? And then he finally researched, got wise, and saw that there was some sort of carfunkel around, right?
Carfunkel. That's another good one. I like that.
Yeah. I'm here all night, dog.
Some tomfoolery.
So as a being
shenanigans,
as being a stand-up guy like Oliver is, he was like, okay, so that collection's value went down. Nothing with the art. The art is still there. It's still a token. There's still a market. I'm gonna do a collection just for you guys. He made Ethereum clowns, gave the Ethereum clowns out to the collectors based off if you had one of the other pieces, you got one clown. If you had three, you got two clowns. If you had five, I remember I did the spreadsheets for it. So distributed those clowns, and then it kind of people move on, right? So that market never came to be, and I'm like, dude, the clowns are dope. We should bring those to Wax as your introduction, and then let you start creating on Wax
okay.
with me, who kind of held his hand through the process.
It's good for both of you guys, right? So that's perfect. That's a good relationship. That's a good business relationship. That's a great story. about networking as well as, you know, business relationship, right? That's exactly the kind of one they're doing the art. You guys are doing everything else, right? I mean, that's that's a match made in heaven, right? So when you're talking about offering value, there's so many different ways to do it. Don't think that you have to be an artist or you have to be a developer or, you know, I mean, my goodness, honestly, there's like, it's not even gaps anymore. Like there's huge holes to fill in between a lot of things right now. Advising, you know, just teaching people the basics if you have that kind of patience, right? The people on this call right now have many years of experience, and we're in here talking about some of the mistakes that we've made along the way and having chuckles and laughs. But man, if you're out there right now, you know, or watching this show, or you watch it later, or you're even thinking about, you know, touching this or getting in there or pushing some buttons, just go do it. I mean, there's just so many more avenues for people to learn and get involved. And, you know, now, even as an artist, you can reach out to, you know, these guys we're talking to tonight, reach out to Agora and have them help you, right? And even if you want to just kind of learn the ropes and use their services to kind of get your feet wet, like, you know, like collecting coins was mentioning today, man, just get in there and do it. Don't be afraid. Get off zero, right? Like that's the Bitcoin adage that everybody talks about. So exciting time to be in Wax, man. And you mentioned NFT blocks too. Like this is just a gorgeous, you know, website. It's fully customizable. If you are artists and you're putting drops out there, it's kind of a, you know, it's similar to Atomic Hub in a lot of ways. You're still making your templates on Atomic Hub and bringing them over here. But NFT blocks is cool because the blends are on here. You can make your own packs. You can actually see in real time your stats, you know, when you're looking at your collection. And also you can customize your page, which is really cool, you know, when you're talking about what you want your brand to look like, right? So you can't really do that on Atomic Hub. You know, you can set a page, but you know, NFT blocks is cool. It's customizable. There's just a lot of, you know, unique features, and they recently just added their own token, right? So now they're doing collection collaboration stuff. If you're not familiar with NFT blocks, get out there. You know, definitely.
Y'all better watch out for
y'all shy away from that one.
blocks. They're going to give Atomic Hub a run for their money here shortly.
Yeah,
100%. And while you're still there on NFT, if you go to the collections tab, you know, the exposure that you know you can get if you're a non-corporate person. If you scroll down, this is in order of who's selling the most.
Wow,
you know,
look at NFT Draft on here. Good for them. We were talking about them. I love that. Look at Oliver in there killing it. Good for him.
Yeah, and you know, you go over to the Atomic page, it's dominated by corporate built drops built directly by Wax that, you know, they probably poured $100,000 into. And so you're not going to get that visibility there. You come over to NFT blocks, you actually have a chance of getting that exposure if you're putting in the effort and building that community. And that's, you know, we saw that right off the bat. I mean, within the first weekend, we were in the top 10 collections on NFT blocks. And that was just, you know, just seeing that the excitement that it gives you around what you're doing, you know, that moment has kind of passed on Atomic Hub. But if you're a brand new creator and you're putting stuff on Nefty, you've got a good shot at getting some visibility. And that's, you know, as much as anything else, it's gold. So
from personal experience alone, dealing with Atomic Hub and dealing with any type of, you know, trying to get an issue resolved or anything like that, it's very difficult to work with them. And
they're, you know, Slam too. I mean, that just blew. I went nuclear as soon as they released Atomic Hub, basically, you know, within a few months, right? I mean,
and they're a small team. I mean, you would think there's like 20 of them, but there's like 3 of them. You know what I mean?
Yep. And I know Juan and Jose are a small team as well from Nifty Blocks. But
Right.
having spoken directly with Juan, having him on our show and stuff, you know, we really realized that he is in it to support the community, to build for the community. You know, his passion lies in enabling all this stuff to happen. So it's for me, Nifty Blocks not only does it have a lot of advantages personally over Atomic Hub, I like the people running Nifty Blocks a lot better personally.
Those
Yeah.
guys are awesome. Juan is awesome. He was a blast to have on the show. You're absolutely right. Like a 2-man team like that. I mean, that's like unheard of. And he was just like, yeah, you know, been a developer, been all over the place. You know, we just decided to do our own thing. I mean, isn't that the theme of kind of like what's going on right now that makes
Exactly what we're doing. You know
being
what I mean?
crypto so fucking awesome? I mean, nobody's asking for permission, right?
Never having to ask for permission.
Yeah, none of us are saying, oh, you know, maybe we should or shouldn't. No, we're just doing it, right? We're out here learning, taking lumps, you know, grinding.
Minting our own currency. We're minting our own, like.
You guys are made your own freaking currency. Yes, that just happened.
It's
right?
insane.
Like, it's awesome. I love it. I love the spirit. I love the, you know, the entrepreneurial part of it as well. But, you know, enabling people to do this stuff. You know, a lot of the fun things, you know, that our journey has been. You kind of see our customized page here. I added some color to it, right?
This shit looks so much. It looks so good. Dude.
It's fun, right?
Like, the colors are like, I'm an '80s like nut. I love like hyper colors and stuff, bro. Your page is killer.
Thank you. Appreciate that. And that's what's fun about this too. So I just went out and played with the color bars a little bit and the fonts, you know, and you can't do that on Atomic Hub. I mean, you know, this is what your page looks like, you know, on Atomic Hub, right? They all look the same. And again, is that a big deal? No. But is it different and cool? Absolutely. You know, and then the blends and, you know, all the management that they're building into this website. And again, it's super slick, right? It's a beautiful UI. It's very clean, simple. Sometimes less is more when you're building user interfaces, guys. Actually, honestly, a lot of times.
A lot.
Yeah. So just remember that.
Is tougher to do than you would think, but
complicated things and making them look simple is where it's at, right? Cause like this, there's so much behind this, right, that they've built into this and these tools that are doing a lot of automated things. But you know, they're just gonna keep getting better and better, and it's up to us to keep using them and sharing them, and you know, sharing our experiences and growing with them, right?
That cross collection blend is really dope that they do now.
Yeah, the super blends.
Yeah. So sick.
I got one pack of those, and I have to look in my wallet. I think it was this one that really dropped. Yeah, I got this Nifty Rhino card and a Betsy Gnome Flaw card, which was really cool. So I wish I would have kind of caught that on stream, or maybe we could have shown that. Maybe we would do it in a future stream. But you blended two, you know, it was like your initial card from Nifty and then one more item to get a cross collection promo pack. And I'm not even sure how to pull it up, but it had randomly minted cards from all the collections that participated in one pack. No one's ever done that before. Like, that was so cool. I mean, you know, definitely want to mention that, right? Like, innovations, building new things. Nothing that exists, you know, on Ethereum.
It's definitely something we're going to be exploring on our end. So stay tuned on that.
Where do you even show that? I should have had that ready to go, damn it.
I think if you go to collections, it's uncut NFTs.
Yeah.
Dog, if we knew where conversations were going when people like us got together.
That's why I love doing this show.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, this is it.
The rabbit holes are endless.
Well, I learn so much too, and then sometimes I learn going back and watching the replay of our own shows, man. And I you know, I swear, like, it's just this blogging video like this is if we were to try to create an article about everything that we talked about tonight, it would be weeks, right? And it's like one hour or two show. We just can't do this any other way.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what you were talking about. So this is the collector pack I had. You got your 1300 nifty or whatever, from the drop. There could have been a bonus nifty. And then you combine this with one other item, and you got a cross collection pack. And it was just, a random pack. I wish I would have videoed it because I would show it right now. But it just literally pulled random cards from all the collections on Nifty, and I ended up getting the Rhino and this Betsy now. So, again,
Well, I have all those things in your wallet. I literally have everything you have.
super fun. I went out and I just went shopping, and then I was like, wow, this Bitcoin Origins is so much cheaper now because of this hype cycle is kind of on the downslope on Wax and soft in a lot of ways. You can go out and buy this thing now that would have been really expensive, a 276 item. And I think I got it for 10 or 15 bucks or whatever. I mean, I just love it. It's the Vitalik Buterin's dad, legacy of Bitcoin. I love this collection.
Yeah, Bitcoin Origins.
Yeah. I don't need to be told to go buy this. I love it. I collect it. I've been collecting every moment, and I will make sure that I have open to block in every moment until the last one. It's important to me, right? No one's going to tell me that.
Yep. And that just speaks to everything. I mean, everything's attainable, in this ecosystem, to some degree, obviously, but most things, 90% of things are very attainable. If you find a collection that you love, you can collect it. There's really no bars there. So.
Nope. Speaking of awesome collections, let's spin these wheels and wrap this up, unless there's anything you guys want to go look at, or anything we may have missed talking about that amazing collection or all this awesome stuff that you guys are into.
Oh, dog. We just appreciate you guys having us on.
It's been a great show. It's been a great show.
Pete the Collector is an intimate homeboy of mine now because of this show. He's in our Discord and we're collabing this week. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Glad to hear.
We just auctioned off the number one.
I just saw that
gold dino last week. That was fun.
Yeah.
Saw that on your page.
What did it end up snagging?
On the auctions. So again, this is what we're all about, right? Supporting each other.
Yeah.
The gold NFT Rex, Pete the creator, just a super cool guy. Lots of fun. Cool. Great artist. Yeah. And doing some, first things on Wax too. Had a lot of the same similar conversations with him that we did with you guys about, hey, we know we can do this stuff out there, but Wax is kind of like our baby, right? It's like our, new toy or whatever. It's not Ethereum, right? And again, I'm not trying to say that negatively, but it's just kind of the way it is. I feel like, you're more on the ground floor, you're more involved in the organic growth of Wax. Now, again, you want your company to grow along with it, which is a separate conversation. But man, great stuff out there. You need almost that noise filter, and that's what we try to provide. I'm going to plug Golden STAXX, because that's what we try to do, is support people like us, that are doing the real things with the real people, to point this stuff out, to cut out the bullshit, to cut out the scams and the bad actors and all that nonsense, and get to the good stuff. The Agoras, the Wax Punks, the collecting coins, the sharing experiences, the building new things. Pete the Collector, again, super cool artist. Go out there and follow him if you haven't. But we are gonna, basically this is his newest collection, NFT Rex, which is a generative pack that you open, and it has the attributes on this T-Rex, which has been hilarious and a lot of fun. Pretty much everybody in our crew has collected these and had some fun with them, so we've been giving them away.
What's happening here, Biff? Are you about to give something away? What's happening right now?
Yeah, so let me explain. That's a good point. So this is in our Telegram. Every week we've been putting up links in our Telegram. So let me share that. glad you mentioned that, so I can plug our own stuff.
Can we donate a Pete the Creator T-Rex pack that hasn't been?
Yeah, definitely. What we'll do, maybe like we'll spend this one this week, and then maybe have you guys put one up for next week, you know, so that we can just say, you know, because we're gonna do these every week. We're doing forms in our Telegram, which is kind of the easiest way to keep the bots out of it, as long as it's a Google form. Not real excited about using it, but it seems to be the best way to kind of do these. And then it also promotes, like we were saying, kind of people jumping in there and checking it out once a week. If nothing else, to throw your name on a form to get a, you know, a chance at a pack. So that's what these are.
We'll definitely be involved if you would allow us. So
allow you. You know, again, this is not just giving stuff away. Like, this is, you have to be in our Telegram, you have to be participating, you have to at least stop by and say hi once a week and throw your name on a form, right? So we know this is not just throwing it out to the Twitter wolves, you know, and the bots, the thousands of bots, like, you know, swarming it like sharks, right?
Got it.
So yeah, so this is in our Telegram. Again, check it weekly. We're definitely gonna, you know, promote all of our favorite NFTs and clubs. Chances to win. We like to give people that are, you know, participating chances to win. We're gonna spin this wheel for an NFT Rex pack, and we'll send that out right away. We've also got one for NFT Draft, which is what we were talking about earlier, which is super hype fantasy football. Brand new again to Wax, never seen anything like it. Revolutionary. Again, you know, put all the investment stuff out to pasture for a second. This is really cool stuff when you're talking about fantasy football stats and using NFTs. Just like a whole new caveat to, you know, that DraftKings style of fun fantasy football stuff. We also have a rabbit hole pack. So we're going to just spin all these wheels right now. Guys are ready to go?
Wheels.
Get those. A rabbit hole also, too, has a Philo's off #1. I should have pointed that out. This is a little rabbit guy in the very middle. If you pull the #1, you get 500 wax. And this promotion...
I can't believe it hasn't been pulled yet.
Yeah, this promotion has been going on for a long time. And 500 wax, you know, when it was 10 cents was cool. But now it's 30 cents. So it's like, all right, you know, like, it's starting to get pretty juicy now. All right, so here's the first one for the NFT Rex pack. Let's spin away. Good luck, everyone. This is fun stuff, too. You know, I like doing this. I like spinning wheels. It's fun to look at. You know, people enjoy it. This is kind of the community stuff that we enjoy doing. And I can see people on, you know, this wheel that I know. We talk to these people. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather do these kind of small things. And I'm glad Coop won a pack. You know, so there's one of our moderators, right? So that guy deserves so much credit and doesn't get it. So I would like to just give Toop a shout out.
Definitely an unsung hero.
Yeah, man, Doc, I can't say enough good things about this guy. You know, let me just grab his wallet there so we can make sure that we get that out to him. And I'll send these out immediately after the stream. We're not gonna do it right now. NFT Rex pack winner. Congratulations, too.
I'm in your Telegram right now.
Yeah, man. Causing trouble. All right, so here comes the spin for the NFT draft pack. So again, if you're not familiar with that, I'll drop their links on there as well. But this is the fantasy football collection on Wax. And if you're into fantasy football at all, you need to check this out, because I've never seen on anything like this on any other blockchain. So super fun.
I'm glad I ended up snagging a few more packs. I got a roster built now. So
yeah, you set a lineup every week on this, and it's really different because it's not just fantasy football, it's all the different positions, but the cards based on rarity give you bonuses. Congratulations, Werner. You're gonna get a
nice pull
sent out to you.
Nice pull.
Yeah, and so it adds like a new caveat, because the rarity on the cards gives you bonuses to the stats, as well as the cards are good for the next season. So like, you know, for instance, one of the locks of the week was like Tampa Bay's quarterback, no, like the Tampa Bay #1, right? Ended up being the GOAT this week, and Tom Brady had a great week, but that card wasn't that valuable when it was like actually issued. It's only 16 points versus a 20-point card that actually got less for you during the week. So it's like DraftKings, where you kind of set up, you set up a lineup with 10 people in it, you get a max point 135. But the difference here is you only have to play one quarterback and one defense or kicker. The rest of your lineup can be any other position. So you could have, 8 quarterbacks, right? Or 8 wide receiver 3s, right? Or whatever, right? Like, you don't have to set a whole lineup, which is kind of different and fun. And again, go check it out, right? So if you're into football at all,
Jared,
it's a lot of fun, man.
If Christian doesn't stop talking about, I'll jump in there.
Man, I'm talking it up because I'm geeking out about it.
I'm telling you, dude, like, we've got this moderator who literally says every other text from him is that Discord. So
their Discord is popping. So the Houston, I went and picked up Houston wide receiver 5, right? Because this is only cost 5 points, so it's like super cheap to play. But that's Danny Amendola, and he scored a touchdown last week, so that's huge points, right?
Well, so that's like, I picked up Cooper Kupp, which is Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah, same shit, man.
Let's get some, John.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah. We're taking the whole fucking, like, the whole industry, like, has no idea. Like, I have no idea even how to put that into words, how much market share is about to be stole from, from
well, that was how Jared and I came together, which we can maybe explore after the next spin. But
yeah, let's get this spin for the rabbit hole pack. This again, One Rabbit Hole NFTs, one of our partners, long time. Love this collection. Go out there, check out One Rabbit Hole NFTs. I mean, these guys do some just amazing, beautiful art, and we look forward to collaborating with them in the future. We're gonna get some of their stuff on our website too, kind of helping us build our website 2.0 version. But these guys are just consummate professionals, very undervalued in the wax industry, working heavily on dust. Man, just can't say enough good things about Rabbit Hole. I don't have a name on this wallet, but we'll get that silver hole pack out to you right away. And congratulations to all those winners, and thank you for participating. Jump in our Telegram if you have any questions about any of those collections. Let us know. But that's what we like to do, man. We like to get in there and share things. That's what's in our Telegram, and we like to share the best. The stuff that we like to interact with, our favorite art, our favorite games. And like this, NFT draft, right? It's not super popular yet. It's not like, they're not doing a ton of advertising yet because honestly, they just got the working version of it like a few hours, or, like a day before the game started last week.
Well, no, it was literally earlier that afternoon.
Yeah. It was like the day of, you know what I mean?
Thursday,
they're building this thing on the fly. I need to go out.
I know exactly what that feels like after this last drop with Oliver.
Right? Do it up to the last second.
It's gonna cost how much, Wax? When are we dropping? What are we doing?
Hey, what's up, YZ? Thank you very much for joining us as well. Yeah, if you have any questions about this, definitely go check that out because this is a pretty
they did a pretty big prize purse, right, for like the first week of.
They put up 27,000 wax, I think it was.
27,000 wax. Yep.
That's nice.
And there were only 1,100 teams entered.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I like those odds.
There's also an account page. Let me see if I can pull that up so I can actually show it to you.
All right, John.
We
can degen some of these after the show.
Yeah, I should have grabbed some more packs because you could actually even do the USD conversion. That was pretty.
If I'm not mistaken, prices just went up on the packs too.
Probably.
Every time you get in.
I'm not.
They had promo pricing for the first couple of weeks, And then after launch, they were raising prices.
Here's what the tournament looked like, though.
Behind the top on
Yeah.
collection. No, that's not a problem for us.
So like here you see my team, and I didn't have the greatest lineup, but so you can kind of see it, and I played Patrick Mahomes, and that was a 20-point cost for a quarterback, and he had a good day, but not a great day. So it really wasn't the value that Tom Brady QB1 for 16 had, who had like 48 points, right? So
the points that they earn, the cost is subtracted from that.
The cost is just your total lineup. So you have to have 135 or less total points for
and
your
each
lineup.
Card has a cost value.
And each
so
card has a cost.
Patrick Mahomes QB1, it costs 20 because chances are he's probably for a ton of points every week. But like we were talking about, okay, so I started Philadelphia QB1, Jalen Hurts on my roster. It only cost me I think it was 11 or 13. See if you can find it.
Roll Tide.
But having said that, he scored, I think he ended up with 41 fantasy points last weekend. So,
and you're playing matchups, and I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
This is cool.
It's just neat. It's different.
It's cool.
Neat. It's different. It's unique. It's first mover. All the above. So it fits all the criteria. The stuff that is supposed to fall on our radar, and that's why we reached out to them and got involved with them. And we're super happy about that relationship that we're building with them as well, and looking forward to promoting their products and participating and getting our own lineups going, and maybe have you can do all kinds of stuff there with communities, right? You could have your own tournament for the week. You could sponsor a tournament. Man, this is fun stuff, man.
You can buy a league pack and run your own league.
Yep. Sky's the limit, man. Sky's the limit. We're just scratching the surface. That wasn't
pitched to me like you pitched it just now. It was pitched way worse.
Well, I've had practice too now, so I'm starting to become a pretty good pitch man. But I've also been, we had the opportunity to have Matty Daddy on our show, which I don't know if you guys caught that, but he's just this super fun animated guy who's totally into fantasy. And
all gas, no brakes. Baby.
Yeah, all gas, no brakes. This guy's a lot of fun. We'll have to bring him on a show with you guys for a collaboration. But man, again, just more personalities too that are coming out of everywhere, and just exciting to be here. If you're getting into cryptocurrency for the first time, man, I almost envy you, because you do have a lot of resources. You have a lot of tools that we just didn't have when we came in. You have communities to become a part of. If it's not Goldmann STAXX, or if it's not Agora's community, find one. Find a group of people that are, doing the same things that you want to get interested in, so they can help you guys collaborate, avoid mistakes if you can. Help each other out, man. That's how the really special parts of all of this have come to be for us personally. For me personally, I know that Doc says that, and we're having more fun now than we did in 2017. And I'm not even just saying that because it is more fun now, right? We're building real things. You can play real games. You can, you can share real art. You can create music now, right? And now we're going to put all of this together with the entertainment. Man, again, super excited.
It's a lot of fun seeing this space mature and become legitimized too, as far as on a world stage. I mean, even though a lot of people still aren't actually in crypto yet, as far as being invested, a lot more people know what it is and are hearing about it on a daily basis. And NFTs, in my opinion, have been a big part of that catalyst this year. So.
Yeah. And I don't want to talk about any negative, when it comes to celebrities or bringing, notoriety or anything into cryptocurrency. Like we were talking about, I want people to enter whatever way, shape, or form they want to enter. Now, hopefully it's a little bit easier to enter and people don't have to get their faces chopped off or buy overpriced NFTs or spend a lot on gas or whatever, because there are other ways, right? And maybe that's what we're talking about. Like, there's a lot of tools and a lot of networks out there that are going to become more popular in the future. You know, we know that no one really knows how this is all going to shake out. But again, you know, if you like open source technology, if you know, are into empowering artists that have just been, let's just be honest, artists have been getting the shaft for so long, man. It's a breath of fresh air, right? Like, to see them get some money, you know, to see some of these things happening now, I don't know how you can't be excited.
Well, you're
So
seeing artists now getting exposure that unless before they could get their stuff into a gallery, they wouldn't have that exposure.
Right.
no way,
Well,
man.
you know,
Yeah,
look
no
at
way.
Doc, you brought him up, you know, Robert, who's
Robert
doing the
Bone, yeah.
Boneheads, yeah, who's doing the Boneheads collection. He's an Adult Swim animator, and he couldn't sell art, you know, if he wanted to before NFTs. Started, you know, really good interview that he did with Crackers recently that everybody should check out. But started on OpenSea, didn't have the greatest experience, wasn't super friendly, you know, didn't have a you know strong community reception. Comes over to Wax, starts listing pieces directly onto the secondary market on Atomic, and a couple people you know noticed it, start buying them up quickly, and a community just formed around him that quickly grew passionate about his art, stuff that he had been making for years that he had no place to sell, nobody to show off to. And now, you know, he's got huge love within the Wax community, and he's doing well on OpenSea now as well.
The worst part about that is most of us have already seen his work. If you ever watched Adult Swim,
Right. One of the best artists in the world, literally. Like,
once again, it's that whole exposure thing and it being able to be right in front of you without having to, you know, search around for it or anything like that. You know, it's very refreshing to see.
We talked about this morning. You could get called up to the big leagues tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow your life changes. That's where we're at.
you're one sale away, you're one transaction away, you're one relationship away, partnership.
Either way, I mean, you're one little small iota of something that you might not even see for 2 days. You might have a life-changing DM in your DM right now.
Yep, it's very true. And that's probably a good point. Don't discredit, don't discourage, don't get discouraged, don't discredit, don't read books by their covers, especially in cryptocurrency, man, because you just don't know where that opportunity is. You don't know who's coming in, who's leaving. There's no guarantees, but I can tell you this. There's a lot of eyes on it. There's a lot of eyes on it right now across every industry, across the world. And I'm not just saying that, right? I mean, we're all business people here, you know, kind of even what our community seems to be focused on recently, especially, is more of the adult crypto, if you want to call it, like the entertainment, the art, you know, the stuff that we're just talking about tonight that we appreciate, and, you know, is getting away from the blockfolio chart watching, whatever you got on your other screen in there that you're putting your 10x long on right now, right? This is more about like, yeah, I did think it caught. He's still trying to figure out what his leverage is. But you guys know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It's evolving, right? It's evolving. The whole industry is evolving, and we're starting to combine like all the parts. And you know, I've been preaching for a while that like entertainment's like the next big thing, but it certainly is, right? It's if it's not music, it's going to be gaming or a combination of one of the other, because man, it's just like this has been building for a long time, and it's just a shame that so many good artists and musicians out there can't earn an income. And you know, if we can be part of kind of changing that future, shit, you know, sign me up, man. That's worth the late nights. That's worth the grinds. That's worth the taking shit and flack from people that don't understand all this. And the right click, you know, JPEGers or whatever, people that are trying to trash what we're doing, right? Call you shit coiners and everything else. Don't listen to any of that garbage, right? You do what you need to do. stay focused on what you can control and, you know, your tasks in front of you, and get some people in your squad that are going to support you, right? That you got your back, that you trust. Because, man, the circles of trust, especially in cryptocurrency, that's tough to come by. So, you know, that's kind of what we're doing, right? Like building this network of trusted people, and appreciate you guys being that, you know, officially part of the STAXX Club, obviously. And all you guys out there joining us, and appreciate the follows, and, you know, hats off to you, Pat. Again, thank you. You didn't win anything tonight for the first time, I think, ever since we've had a stream. You know, it's been super fun, you know, having you guys on again, going through this collection, but also just talking to you, you know, talking crypto, like outside the normal business chit chat. I enjoy these calls. We never know what we're going to talk about, and that's fun. You know, fun for me. It's fun for us. I think it's fun for our viewers too, because they're looking for genuine. You know, there's just not a lot of genuine out there. There's a lot of, hey, look at me, you know, now go buy my product. But not like, hey, you know, here's a community of people collaborating, like what you're starting to see pop up now, right? So maybe that's the end of my spiel. If you guys want to talk about anything, you know, from that standpoint, your community, what you guys going on, you know, before we wrap it up here, we'll go around the horn one more time.
Yeah, I mean, on you know, couple threads there. Last thing I'll close with is just, you know, a quick backstory about how Coins and I came together. Same thing, you know, we bumped into each other on the Graffiti Kings Discord server, you know, which again, for both of us, it was the passion for the art and just being able to collect high quality art from great artists, and, you know, that thrill of going through Atomic Hub or OpenSea and finding those diamonds in the rough. That's where we got started. We were in the server one day. You know, I saw Coins doing his fast talking, hyping up the crowd, and I was like, who the hell is this guy? And me, like,
he's a character, isn't he? Like, I don't know. Like, there's some unique people in crypto, man.
And it comes across via text somehow just as much as it does when you talk to him. So somehow.
See, I suck at that. I'm really bad. I'm bad at like Twitter and texting, and so it seems like I offend people and my emotion comes off the wrong way, and I'm too intense, and there's an art to actually texting and like using digital like language, and sometimes I fail at it miserably. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
I hear you. I mean, I'd say I'm above average, respectfully speaking, but I was like, you know, his energy was just different in the chat. So I almost immediately DM'd him and was like, what's up, man? Like, who are you? What do you do? And literally within a few minutes, we were on a voice call on Discord. You know, I started telling him about what was happening in Wax, and, you know, kind of what we just spoke to. It's like, holy shit, you can do that on Wax?
Yeah, starting to get a lot of that.
And from there, you know, the conversation, I don't know how long we were on that first night, probably
8 hours. 8 hours.
We can tell you guys have some chemistry. You know, it's pretty obvious. So
that's the homie right there, boy.
It's kind of like Doc and I. Like we found each other when I was like ranting about I was like on this Facebook dive where I got 5,000 followers and
bring
like
the normies in from Facebook.
Yeah, I literally made a fake account and went out to Facebook, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna find out what Facebook crypto is about. So I made a fake account. I had 5,000 followers in like 48 hours, and it was like this total shit show. And I went into just like various places and said, hey, I'm new to crypto, and literally just got like inundated with scams and, you know, just barrage of just nonsense. So I was blogging about it, you know. I was like, and I didn't sleep for a couple of days. I was shocked that any 10-year-old kid could go watch literally straight up porn chat in Facebook, and there's accounts that are targeting them and trying to get their parents' freaking credit cards, man. I'm like, you can't, if you don't go look at Facebook from that side, you'd never know that was there, right? And a lot of people try to keep their profiles clean and all this shit today because they're worried about that kind of stuff. But man, the dregs of Facebook is ugly, right? And that's actually how I met this guy, like just randomly, years and years ago. And we've, been friends ever since and been in crypto stuff and,
Disclaimer: I met him on Twitter, though. I
met on
deleted
Twitter, yeah.
years ago.
That's literally like how I met this guy, and why he would even have stuck with me, I don't know. But it was just kind of fate, right? And
We just seem to share a lot of the same visions, and especially for staying in it, interactive with our community, and how much we enjoy actually teaching people and
providing
helping.
solutions,
Yeah.
like solutions for the Facebook. Well, actually, I don't know if there is one. It probably just need to let that go, and turn our back on Facebook. But there's still people over there that are trying to learn, and they deserve a spot to come, participate in real communities and learn things. It's just, man, you can't do that really on Facebook. It's definitely a little bit easier on Twitter. But like you're saying too, like it has its flaws. And again, my recommendation to anybody that's watching or would be listening or coming into crypto, matter of fact, that might be my new thing when people ask, like, what is your advice for new people to come into crypto? Find a community. Find a community, find one that fits for you, find one that you're interested in, that engages you, that rewards you, whatever, and stick with them. And then you'll learn and you'll grow, and you won't get your face melted off like most of us did, right? Chasing stuff and trying to, whatever, right? Get rich quick. Or, I mean, I've done it all and made all the mistakes. So learn from us. I guess that's my point.
Right.
You don't have to pay the dummy tax.
Yeah, we've already paid for you. So might as well come get with us.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Collecting
It's been
coins.
great having you guys tonight, man. As always, it's a pleasure talking to you guys, finding out, what's going on growth wise for Agora. Excited about this clowns collection, and any announcements on any upcoming collections we should be watching for?
Oh yeah, I didn't ask about that.
Nothing. So everything's TBD at the moment. We've actually got a meeting. I can't really share his art because our meeting's at 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, but somebody from the physical world that wants to be in the digital world has contacted us via our website and contact form that I've been in correspondence with via email and seen, samples to make sure, because we cherry pick. We don't just work with anybody, right?
Right.
So that could possibly be our next one. We've had a couple in the wings that we've put a pin in. So as of right now, we want to get the clowns to 50% and then launch the next item. We want to give Oliver the right attention.
Yep.
We don't necessarily want to dine and ditch, let's call it.
I like that too. You're gonna stick with him to kind of see that through to whatever target.
So what we're doing, and I'm not cutting you off, Biff, so what we're doing is we're lining up people within our community to collab with. Graffiti Kings, we just sent him a piece, so he's doing a collab of us. Oliver made him a clown yesterday and we sent it to him, so he'll be spraying that. Several people like that will be doing collabs to bring a little more attention from their community to the clown brand. And then once we hit the 50% mark, we're going to launch our next one. So stay tuned. Yeah, for sure.
I actually like that. And I appreciate you being, honest with us too, because I think that's actually pretty awesome. So you're working with your current client, and, you'll set something up, but obviously, we're going to follow you guys, and whatever is next for you guys will, announce and work with you very closely. But
thank you
again. I appreciate you doing that for your client, right? I would want you to do that for us. So, I wouldn't want you to be looking forward to the next thing. I'd want you to be focused on me, right?
Yeah, Oliver's family. And,
Yeah.
and we have a job to do, and we haven't fulfilled our duties yet. I mean, we've built this beautiful thing, but like, you know, at the end of the day, everybody's got to get paid. So we're going to get paid, and then we're going to move on.
Yep.
And we're going to work hard and grow together. So, you
Yep.
know, that's what we're here doing.
Absolutely.
One thing that we could tease is our show, which has been
Yeah.
in development for a little bit, and we're still.
Oh yeah, you guys are working on a show. Yeah.
Some questions for you, Biff, about how we're going to be setting up our stream. But actually, you mind if I share the stage?
No.
Owens?
Yeah, not at all.
Oh, go ahead, dog. Yeah, the floor is yours, man.
I think I have it pulled up here. Give me one sec.
I mean, like our stream slides and the stuff that we use is literally like a template that anyone can get out of Stream Elements. So we've tried to keep like everything that I use from charting is a free account. You know, none of the, now eventually though, I do want to have some screens custom made, and we know so many great artists and that sort of thing. But from a streaming standpoint too, that's something we do, right? We love to get people starting to stream. You know, if you've got the desktop capabilities and you want to learn how to stream, it's actually really not even that hard. As long as you have a phone and you download Twitch, you can you know, stream right on your phone nowadays. So adding streaming services to any business is a good plan, right? So don't be afraid to do that either.
I shouted you guys out from my personal Twitter and the company Twitter just now. So
Awesome.
Do you want me to? Did you want me to share it with, or did you want to look at it, or just talk about it?
Yeah, I can.
Here, I got it. You need me to pull it up, Johnny?
No, I have the image pulled up. Can you enable sharing on my side, Biff?
Oh yeah, probably shouldn't have done that, huh? Usually I do that before the show.
Doc's over there giggling in the corner.
If there's a feature on this silly thing that is annoying, it's that, right? You have to go in here and hit allow participants to share screen every time, and you can't set that permanently. So there's my gripe to Zoom if they want to go fix that shit.
But their background without a green screen.
Dude, there's some great features in Zoom. Don't get me wrong. I like this. We've had a lot of fun using Zoom, so I'm not docking it at all. And it makes it very easy to do these streams. It's pretty lightweight, you know. There's a lot of good things about it.
So StreamYard, just while John's pulling that up, StreamYard, I put the same background up. And since I didn't have a green screen, it was semi-translucent. So like you're seeing like I'm cutting in and out. I look like a ghost all the time. It just was terrible.
So before I show this off, so the idea behind it is that we're going to do a metaverse-based talk show that's going to be avatar-based, right? That's, you know, more and more in the NFT community, we're seeing more of a move towards anonymity and, you know, avatar-based conversation. So we wanted to play that up and, you know, see, you know, what we could do in terms of creativity to explore that style.
And we'll definitely come on too if you need some guinea pigs.
Oh yeah.
You're definitely slotted already. So just get ready. Yeah.
Well, let me know.
Yeah. So I don't know why this isn't giving me the option here. One sec. So the stage is going to be our avatars. Oh, there we go. Now I can pull it up. So this is the stage here. Is that pulled up for you guys?
Yeah, I like it. So you're gonna have
so it's
raised on analog, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so it's set in the metaverse, right? You got the little metaverse background here, the digitization, and and then it's our avatars coming on. We're working on building in an integration right now where the mouth area of each avatar is going to move based on mic activity. So it's going to be, you know, I think it's going to be a lot of fun and people are going to enjoy it.
We definitely would like to have something like that too. So we'll follow that, and if we can help, you know, or collaborate, that's just a fun idea to use, you know, an overlay like that.
Yeah, because, you know, again, there's a lot of people in the NFT space who are doing great and doing well.
We wanted to
Who,
do these too, like where you have a punk like that, or voids, or like, Chiptos, Doc. Like that would be crazy to have like a Chipto punk. Like, oh yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
yeah, and with it moving and the mouth moving and everything.
Mm-hmm. Every
Yeah,
time I hear metaverse now, all I feel is like guilty because we need to go get our metaverse pads, working on all these various metaverses now. But I like the idea, and that's a beautiful graphic.
Yeah, very cool.
thank you, thank you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so this is going to be our launch into the streaming space.
Well, we will definitely follow that, and as soon as if you obviously hit me up if I can help you set up any of the service stuff or if you have any questions. But we'll definitely be following you, and we'll promote that channel and get you guys up and running too. Uh, what a great show again tonight, man. So I don't know how to wrap it up any better than what we've covered tonight, because not only did we make a full circle around the internet and talk some current events, really connected some dots tonight. So I hope you guys out there watching find this helpful, because that's why we're doing this too, right? We used to do a lot of this in closed meetings and closed doors, and it just makes more sense to do some of this stuff and get it on video, right? Quite frankly, so.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you out there for hitting the retweets and the shares and the likes and the subscribes. And Dub Wizard, thank you for joining us. Pat, G-Man, all you guys that were joining us for the first time, the new people, thank you for joining and checking this out, right? And just coming to say hi, because we appreciate that. We love these things being interactive. Please hit the comments, the questions. What do you want to see from us? What didn't we cover that maybe you'd like to see in the future? Thank you, Dub Wizard, and we'll get another giveaway going with you real soon here to do some promos.
Oh, Dub Wizard,
fun stuff. Him. Yeah,
and y'all tell Twitter. By the way, I don't mean to interrupt, Biff, but today that tweet you guys put out,
yeah, man,
Goldmann STAXX. You guys out there murdered that tweet.
Thank you very much.
Very much appreciate that.
Kind of putting some incentive on the tweets, give people a little chance to win a little something, and the retweet just makes it a little bit more fun, and that's what we're trying to do, right? So hey, you retweeted our stuff, you get a chance to win a little something, and we appreciate that. Incentivizing people, kind of helping us get our brand out there, and our brand is really specializing in bringing our whole community with us and our network of people, which is you guys and everybody else that works with us. So it's a beautiful thing, man, because we all win, right? Super excited about the future of not only this club but Agora. Gentlemen, it's been my pleasure. Thank you again for joining us tonight. Doc, thank you as always. Appreciate your input and your insight. I'm looking forward to Fort Lauderdale in a couple of weeks as well. So, I'm looking forward to kicking back and some drinks with umbrellas and beaches and
beach life for a week.
As hard as you guys are working right now, and I know you are, remember you've been around this game long enough. It's easy to get burnt out. So, take care of yourselves. Eat right, exercise, take some time away from the computers, put the phone down, spend some time with your family and friends. It's super critical, important to have balance in your life. That's my dad's spiel, but it's just true, man. It's true. We might be old, but we are experienced, and if we can share, some of that, you'll be more effective and more efficient when you're feeling good and you're in the right state of mind. Anyway, so.
Well said.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Well
man.
said.
Take care of yourself. Good luck to you. I love you guys wherever you're at in the world. I hope you're having a great day or a great evening. We'll put another show together for you and announce it. Take care of yourselves. We'll play a little music on the way out. Love you guys. STAXX the planet, and we'll see you next time.
Later, guys.